Right, so we have done regular absolute value equations, right? We did that back in chapter 2. So ones that just look like this. So let's just kind of refresh ourselves. How do we solve this? Yeah, we're going to have two equations. So the first one would be x plus 3 equals 5. And then what about the second one? Right, it equals negative 5. Right, and then you just solve the two. And then get your two solutions. Alright, so this we've done before. We've done it already this year. So this should be fairly familiar. Right, and then we're going to do some non-linear absolute value equations. So ones that have like x squared plus something in there. But overall, the process works pretty much the same. So let's look at another example where we have x squared plus 2x. Is equal to 5x plus 10. So it still is going to basically work the same way. We're still going to set up two separate equations. So we're going to have the first one where we just like drop the absolute value bars. And everything stays positive. But then for our other equation, we're going to take the right side and change all of the signs. So it's going to be, I'm going to like separate this. Alright, so we have x squared plus 2x is going to equal negative 5x minus 10. Right, and so if it was like 5x minus 10, you would make it negative 5x plus 10. You're just changing all the signs on the right side. And then we need to solve our two equations. So we're going to end up with two quadratic equations that we have to solve. Right, so we need to set them equal to 0. So let's work with the one on the left here first. We're going to move everything over. So let's subtract our 5x. So we get x squared minus 3x equals 10. And again, we need to move our 10 over. So we get x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Right, so you can either factor or use the quadratic formula. In this case, I think it would be fairly easy to factor. Right, so we're looking for our factors of 10 that are going to give us 3, and we need one positive, one negative. So we can use 2 and 5, right? So we can do x minus 5 and x plus 2, because negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. And then we just set both of those factors equal to 0. And so then add the 5, so we get x equals 5 and x equals negative 2. So for these, we can get up to 4 solutions. You won't always have 4 necessarily, because sometimes you'll have a solution that repeats itself. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to add our 5x. So we get x squared plus 7x, and then we're going to add the 10 over. So plus 10 equals 0. And again, this one works out nicely because we can easily factor it. So it's a positive 10, so we have a positive 2 and a positive 5, which add up to 7. And then set our factors equal to 0. So we get another negative 2 and a negative 5. So we have positive 5, negative 2, negative 5. So this one we have 3 solutions. Yes? Not necessarily, no. It kind of worked out that way with this one, but sometimes they might be different. So. All right, any other questions? Because that's it for notes. That's as hard as it gets. I only gave you... No, I gave you 2 to 14 even, so you get 7.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on page 138.